actually works now.
Oh, are we good?
Can I use the hat?
Hello.
Oh, yeah. Darn it.
Hello.
Welcome back to HeyDM.
Aha! Okay, it works. We're good. We're good.
I don't know what I'm doing. Well, it's not what I was doing. Sorry. Hi, welcome back. Hi.
Our audio works.
Yay.
SMH.
Yeah, welcome back. I'm your Dungeon Master, Reese. I've got my beautiful players here. We went up this morning. We had some technical difficulties, unfortunately, and our audio was not recorded.
I fucked up, guys. I'm sorry.
It's okay, Danny. We love you. So I guess I'll reintroduce real quick. I'm your Dungeon Master, Reese. To my left, I've got Bowie, who plays Kizza, our Dragonborn Barian, man. Our Dragonborn Barbarian. We have Charlotte, our half-elf sorcerer supreme. I don't know whether or not you're looking at me unhappily.
I don't know either.
To the right of me, I have Hope, who plays Shahala, our tiefling ranger.
Ayo, you said it right.
I did. To the right of Hope, we've got Jason, who plays Baz Benham Benquin.
Owner of the Banquet Morning Service.
Our dwarven bard. And joining us currently over Skype, we've got Jasper, who plays Tavik, our fire genocide cleric. We have a very special guest today. The Hand. The Hand has no name and no face.
Hi, Natasha.
You ruined it again!
You darn goofed it up there, bud.
No. Joining us today is Natasha, who will be providing insight and the occasional decision on what's to happen to the party. So, good luck, guys. Keep her happy. So, just a quick summary of what happened this morning. The group of you woke up to find Shin gone. A unknown... What?
They spammed a lot of name suggestions. It's fine.
An unknown drow woman. A goddess.
Telegram. That's what I'm calling her until I know her name. Telegram.
Had explained to you that Shin was needed elsewhere, and that the group of you was considered a hindrance to the quest he was to be accomplishing. You guys had discovered a couple of his items that had been left behind, alongside a note that sparked quite a bit of trauma. Sadness. A lot of anxiety and sadness.
Guess we should actually recap that. No, I'll let you continue recapping. I was just about to recap for you.
During which Baz buried a book given to him by Shin. Charlotte had told the group about her self-proclaimed failure in saving Shin's sister. She had also revealed that not only was she half-elf and not human, Shahala, but that she was...
I didn't do anything wrong.
out of the blue, she did. She had also revealed that she was the prophet of Istis, whatever that does mean. Kizza had
a mental breakdown.
Yep. That's about that. Shahala had, however, managed to kick your guys' butts into gear. Got you going off down the road. Pretty uneventful. And you'd arrived in Carshire, where a small festival was in the midst of occurring. Baz had gotten directions to the tower, kind of gathered a bit of information for where you guys were going. I keep saying,
Your hat looks very scary turned inside out.
Jinx to everyone.
That's like
It
Five
looks
Nights
like
at Freddy's
shit.
5 shit.
it looks like one of those.
Wait.
It looks like the big bullet thing from Mario.
Okay.
This is normal.
Lovely
Yeah,
panda.
Panda, Satan!
This is Natasha.
You know those little snowmen? They're like, Hail Satan! Hail Satan! That.
Okay. Baz had gotten a little bit of information before making his way back up to the group of you, and we had left off with the
oh shit, where's the audio?
5 of you.
Oh.
5. I had to do math. 6 of you if you count Kaz, I guess. I mean, quite a lot, like 11 of you if you count all the animals. Math isn't my strong suit, y'all. The group of you had, there it is again. Keep saying, Sorry, I'm very...
No!
Turtle sex.
Yeah.
The group
Welcome
of you
to hell.
Hail Satan!
had finally come to a stop aboard the small hill overlooking Carshire. That's where we join you. It's about an hour or so to lunch. There's people moving around. You can see what looks to be some sort of performance is about to start, perhaps. This kind of costumed figure who's still moving around on the stage in this large banquet table is just finishing up a couple of finishing touches, kind of adjusting chairs and such.
Is Baz scared of mascots?
No, why? No, it's fine. You come with a mask and you're like, boo! Scared myself.
There are a couple of carnival games that have been put off to the side. Some sort of...
I'm glad you got it. Thank you.
Some sort of ring toss, what looks to be some sort of a barrel pushing game. There's a couple of market stalls have been set up with various trinkets and fresh foods and such. So, you guys are standing on the hill currently. There is a road that goes through town and comes out along the other side over the hill that the tower rises up behind. What's up? What's up, guys?
Well, I'd like to inform you that Danny rolled a 1, and then I rolled the same dice and got a 6. So
That's
how
16.
today's going.
Oh. I said before we found out that the audio was fucked that we were going to start making our way to the tower first.
Okay. Are you going through the town, following
Yeah.
the road, or are you gonna
No,
cut
through-
around because you're antisocial?
Through town.
Okay.
I know how to get there.
Yeah. So you guys begin to make your way down the road and through the town. There are a few children that are kind of running beside. A large group of them stops for a second and kind of points up at Kaz, kind of laughing and just kind of giggling to themselves. One of them actually points out both Kiza and Tabak, Dragonborn and Fire Genocider, far from common this far.
Even a tiefling?
Yeah, no, the tiefling. One of the mothers kind of comes over and herds the children away when they kind of notice you.
Figured that.
Racist.
Oh wait, no, I.
Oh, funny.
But the group of you makes it into the center of the town square with relative ease. You can see now that a couple of the people who've been previously at the market stalls or at these things have begun to make their way around the stage, where you can see now the figure in this dark kind of costume much more clearly.
Okay, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't go all the way around you.
Whoa!
No! Oh, everyone let it happen.
Okay, hopefully that'll work. We knew Denny would
Right now?
stop you. Yeah.
Well, right now we're following.
Tickled.
So
Yes.
it is a man. You can see what you think every once in a while as he moves through the bits of cloth around his legs. You can see what look to be small kind of stilt-like contraptions that make him a little bit taller than he is. He's standing a couple of feet taller than the average human would. He's got this dark kind of gaunt-looking makeup that is being plastered to his face. Kind of makes him look almost hollowed out. Very just kind of sunken cheeks and dark eyes. He has a manner of kind of ripped cloth robes, jangly bits of jagged kind of silver that have been hung there as well. You can see he's wearing these large kind of like talon-like bits on his fingers, in these same silver kind of styling that he just kind of like, he's just picking up a couple of stuff and putting them around. He's got a long, tattered cloak.
Danny's already ready to do something.
Yeah.
First of all, the 14th, whoever said that, get to the tower! Second of all, Grand Harvest, like, they're setting up for the Grand Harvest, and that's the holiday that has the two people, and they, like, fight to the... Okay. It's cool. Okay.
So you guys had arrived technically on the 14th. You're on the 14th, so you are there on the day that you're supposed to arrive at the tower. So the Grand Harvest is technically tomorrow, but you do know that most of the festivities happen beforehand because the Grand Harvest is when they actually go out and harvest everything.
Okay.
So this kind of figure, and you can now tell it is clearly a costume, makeup and stuff. It's not a real person. Kind of moves around. The sun makes its way up in the sky as you begin to pass around. It's about noon now that they begin to kind of figure it out. It seems the rest of the banquet's being set up. And the beginning of the
What a
performance
good boy.
happens. There are a few men set up along the outside of this kind of square with these large kind of timber drums, with these kind of sheepskins that have been pulled over and these huge mallets, and together they all start to go boom boom, boom boom,
Like a heartbeat?
boom
Okay.
boom.
You're like, she caught on quick.
Doom, doom, of these huge drums. Like, these things are massive drums.
Thank you.
Guys, what's going on?
I'm
rolling dice.
rolling my dice!
These massive drums begin to pound as you guys begin to make your way around the stage and cutting across around the back of these kind of gathered civilians who've come to see the performance. This figure begins this intricate almost dance, sweeping hands long and over the banquet table, kind of digging their claws in and dragging them across the table. And he's very, very good at what he does. Just kind of this hunched, kind
Do I
of
know?
gnarled face.
Do you know who they are?
Do you know who the performer is? Or the, like, costume
Performer.
he's wearing? You don't recognize him, no. He's
Another costume?
the costume. You can roll a check for me.
What check?
I do that too.
Investigation? Yes, you can.
We all roll
What
it.
am I doing? What am I?
Investigation. History? No. Yeah. You know what? All investigation.
Fuck, that didn't count.
Investigation is shit.
Oh, crap. Hold on.
17 plus 3.
I don't know nothing.
I got a nat 20, but I have disadvantage.
Why do you have disadvantage?
Because I am
She's
exhausted.
got a point of exhaustion.
I got a 20, but not now.
18 plus 1, so 19.
I got a 2. I don't know shit.
19, 20.
Oh, am I really?
Yeah,
You don't have to.
investigation. If you want to, you don't have to.
5.
5 and a 2.
Yeah.
So
Is this
the two of
history
you
or
are
investigation?
investigation.
Shin's making a lot of noise in here.
19.
19? Okay. So the two of you are confused. You've never quite seen anything like this. It is pretty interesting. It's a cool looking performance, but you're not sure what it's supposed to be for. The three of you, however, do have some experience with the human customs. Baz, you do quite a bit of trade with the human kingdoms. Tabik, you actually grew up with quite a few human settlements nearby. And Shahala, of course, you have, during your time, done quite a couple of different diplomatic missions throughout the
I thought you were
Kingdom
gonna
of
bring
Somerset.
something else up. I was like, Reese.
throughout Somerset, you've had quite a couple of diplomatic missions. This is a harvest performance. It features a performance between two actors, generally, one of which represents
The lady. I don't know.
I've got their names in here. I just gotta find them. Sorry. I know who they are, but I totally blanked on their names.
One of them is Harvest Lady, and the other one is Harvest Man.
It's actually 2 women.
Yeah, jeez.
I'm sorry, one of them is Harvest Lady, and the other is Harvest Second Lady.
Harvest Butch. Harvest Twig. Harvest Twig.
Harvest lipstick.
Did you say Harvest?
Butch?
Did you say Harvest Butch? Yeah, okay.
Harvest
And
Butch.
harvest lipstick.
One to hold the wheat and one to slice it.
Look at him. He's so full of face.
That was not an innuendo.
Bowie and I.
No!
You want me to slice your wheat, Shaw?
Gotta put a ring on it.
I did.
Oh yeah. Never mind.
The dragon's giving birth. Ah! Anyway, my dice, it fell on the
Yeah, it
ground.
did. Oh, it's over there.
It's
I
a
can't
20.
reach it.
It's a 20. It fell off the
It is
table. It
actually.
does not count.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm talking
Pick it
about
up.
he gave birth.
Can I pick
Oh.
it up?
Go ahead.
Oh, he
He
gave
gave-
birth
He
to
gave
that
birth
20.
to a beautiful bouncing 20.
Best son.
13.
Oh no.
16.
7. Wait.
That's a 1.
Oh.
1.
Oh, I thought that. Okay, no, that is a 1. Okay, Danny.
What was that?
Danny
No.
saw Jesus.
Calm.
Danny, which name did you choose?
What?
You didn't.
What?
You said the last one, but me and Kendra both said one at the same time. So which one?
Oh.
The last one.
Oh, I thought you were still talking about Harvest Lady and Harvest Other Lady.
Yeah, no, Danny,
I'm like,
name them right
I thought
now.
I gave them names.
New names now.
Kima and Allura.
Okay.
Suddenly you have to die. I'm kidding, I love them.
Kima.
Scott's not
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
And then
kidding.
and then
God.
and then yeah.
They're married.
Okay. Sorry.
Actually, I don't know.
It took me a while. So the shadowy figure that you guys can see on stage is a representative of Incabulus, who is the god of plague and famine.
What is his name?
Incabulus.
Incabulus?
Infabulous!
Incabulus. Incabulus.
Oh my god, is he gay?
Wingardium Incabulus.
It's in cat.
He is generally represented as a very kind of dark, malignant form, kind of the gaunt face paint to show that he's kind of starved. The long
did he use
talons,
setting
similar
spray?
to what?
Did he use
Setting
setting
spray?
spray?
Oh my god, you guys, let him talk.
I'm already tired of D&D. It's been like an hour.
Me too,
Um,
Jason. Glad we're on the
The
same
gaunt
page.
face to show kind of the starvation and the famine that tends to follow this god. The long silver bits are meant to represent the kind of cold weather and the sharper talons as they drag the wheat in, kind of famines and disease that seem to plague the harvest and stuff. Dark tattered clothes, that sort of stuff. It's generally seen as a bad god they don't like. However, the secondary actor generally plays the goddess of the harvest. Now, who exactly the goddess is that they're trying to represent changes from time to time.
It's
Some people believe it to be Biori, who is the goddess of nature, the human goddess of nature. However, there are other people who believe that it's meant to be Shanta, which is a goddess of agriculture. But that's a more dwarven, elvish aligned goddess. So she's generally just referred to as the goddess of harvest. And the way she's represented changes from time to time, but it's generally kind of brighter colors meant to represent kind of the harvest in its whole.
My wife used to worship
Shanto?
yeah. You know, God is good. The practice is fucking weird.
Can I roll a religion check on the harvest lady to see if
The goddess of harvest?
to see who he's talking about?
Roll a
Okay.
ranger check. You also know, however, that the performance, while featuring both of these actors, features generally a very, very gruesome fight to the death between the two.
Like they're playing it out, or there's
It
an
is
actual
acted.
fight?
It is an acted thing.
Okay.
Earlier on in history, there were a couple of instances where the two
What were
people
you trying
would
to do?
legitimately be pitted against each other to the death. They were generally prisoners of war or something
are
along
big.
the like.
Sorry.
Something along the likes. And it was believed that whoever won that fight, the next year's harvest would reflect it. Nowadays, however, it is generally a staged combat that is won by the goddess of harvest to promote good luck and good harvest.
Are you still on top of Kaz?
Yep. So the group of you is still riding on top
Oh,
of your
okay.
horses and
Okay.
wolf, respectively.
Let's go.
I got
She
it.
doesn't have all day.
I got a 7.
A 7.
Yeah, with disadvantage, so.
You vaguely recognize the name. It's a dwarvish deity. You think maybe. It's got ties to kind of the humans. The easiest way I can explain it is she's part of the pantheon that Miracle's from, which is a strange pantheon in general terms.
I know how she met him.
No, it's
Sorry.
it's a strange pantheon in terms that it is adopted by a variety of different races.
Have
So-
you met my best friend? His name is Miracle. Furnace was like, oh my goodness.
Oh
Well, I'm
Good
single.
lordy!
So a lot of the
My
dwarves
husband's
tend
out
to...
of town.
Jason?
Sorry.
lot
Daddy
of
and I
the-
are having a fun time.
A lot of the dwarves tend to follow some variety of the pantheon that they're from, along with the dwarvish deities, but they are generally represented as human figures.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys watch as this kind of strange kind of beating of the drums and this almost dance-like, terrifying, just chilling performance by this man on stage as you make your way slowly around the circle. And then there is a big final raise the gong of the mallets, and they are brought down into single boom, and then it goes silent. And you see the actor on stage pauses, swivels her head kind of, so you guys are still making your way around slowly. And there is a flash of light from behind the stage, kind of over near the couple of the houses, and strolling into the
Onto the
Square.
stage. Oh, okay.
square.
I was applauding. I wasn't snapping for you to get attention. I'm sorry.
Strolling into the square comes a woman.
A man?
A woman.
Oh, I heard.
I heard man, so
Yeah, I heard man.
A woman. She is tall, about the same size as this actor on stage already. Though you can see through the folds of her dress that she does not have stilts. She is naturally this tall. She has this long silvery blonde hair that's being kind of pinned and curled and such. Bits and pieces of flowers and weeds of grass and such that have been kind of woven through. She wears a glittery kind of flowy gown that almost seems to, as she moves, it seems to mimic kind of the wheat that flows in the wind. And she has at either hip 2 very long scythes, kind of these harvest sickles that have been slung and hang next to her as she sways into the square. She's very melodic as she goes, and slowly the drums pick up a little light tapping beat as she goes. A violin joins in from somewhere you can't quite pinpoint
You're doing great.
off the top of your head as she makes her way towards the stage, and this kind of figure already on stage kind of raises back and hunches away from her, kind of opens his mouth and growls, almost baring his teeth, and then as she makes her way onto stage, they begin their fight. She releases both of the sickles and begins to wield them with surprising accuracy, Either she's trained with these for a very long time to get this performance correct, or she knows how to wield these things by instinct. And the two of them go to work, this hurried flash of blades and these kind of sickly claws that are attached to this man's hands as they dance back and forth in this imitation of a battle. Very well organized, very well coordinated and everything. You guys make it around to the very edge of the square and begin to make up the road, just as she brings down a sickle and slices his throat. And he falls.
Right? No, he's dead.
It looks very realistic if it is pretend. He falls, clutches at his throat, and collapses onto the banquet table. And there's a second of silence, and then a roar of applause comes up from the crowd as the woman turns and bows.
Now, have I been here before, or have I been to another town where they were having a harvest festival with Minerva? Okay, Minerva. Fine.
With Maeve,
Yes.
you haven't seen a harvest festival with Maeve. It's been quite a while, but you've seen a couple of different harvest festivals.
So do I know that they're acting, or is it real?
You couldn't
I'm
be
a
sure.
performer.
It looks like up until now it's been.
Can I roll a performance check? Because I know, because they're performing.
That's not how performance checks work.
Eat my ass!
You
I have a
can
plus
roll-
10!
You can roll an investigation.
That's a
check.
20!
Is that a nat 20?
No.
No. You can roll an investigation check with advantage if you'd like to see if they're performing.
Yes.
And I've got a question.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, I'm hiccuping. This is just me asking.
16.
Aren't those usually at the end?
The performances happen generally the day before in the noon sun. It changes depending on the place where you see the harvest festival.
I thought there was one at the very end.
Yeah, there is a performance similar to that, generally at the end of the harvest when it's actually happened during the night.
Okay.
But sometimes they'll have a kind of a trailer, a sneak peek at the actual performance. So this would have been a very shortened down. They would have a much longer, much more complicated performance later on after the actual festival.
Okay.
Jason?
16.
16? So these are two very, very skilled actors. You can see with you've got pretty expert eyes. You've seen a couple of performances and stuff. You can see the slight rise and fall of his stomach as he breathes. And you can tell that there is blood still pooling from the neck wound. But there is still blood pooling from the neck wound, but you can see that the blood that is currently coating on the scythe looks like it's already dried. So it's most likely it's a very, very well practiced technique. And as you turn back,
You turn around and says, sucks. It says God.
what's on my
It
head?
says God.
Oh, okay.
Just accept your fate. It's fine.
Actually, as you turn around to kind of inspect this, he rises up from the stage and joins the woman at front and gives his own kind of deep bow. And the crowd goes up and cheers again, and the two of them make their way off the stage.
Great, we make our way to the fucking tower.
Did you know dog backwards is God? Oh shit. Very good,
Does the
sweetie.
thing on my head say dog?
No, it says God.
Okay. Yeah. So you make your way out of town over the hill towards the tower. You come to a stop at the base of this violently ruined tower. There is near nothing left at the bottom half. A couple of stone walls that are just barely
Make everyone one.
just barely holding up the actual form of this kind of almost twisty tower that's just kind of lent slightly. It's very old stones. There's a archway that is being preserved where the door would have been, but there's nothing there. You can see a bit of what looks to be a staircase that is just completely crumpled, along with a good portion of the second floor. I dropped it. There are bits and pieces of walls that have been taken out all along this kind of tower, and the very top of which is pretty much eviscerated.
Now, I remember correctly when we did the thing. The tower's not really the tower. It's like it's an illusion, correct? Okay. Do I know how to get out of the illusion?
you remember how you entered last time.
Hank! No!
What?
You attempted to enter through Hank, and then you got
He spit
weird.
me out! Hank's not there! Can I look for a chest or something that looks like I know Hank would be?
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, so I'm pretty sure I've been there more than once. Sarah's been there quite a few times. You said the last time.
You don't go through the door. I'll give you that much.
I go
A
to the
magical,
ass.
a magical woman, a dwarf,
Sorry, it's a what?
and a mimic walk into a bar. Just
Perception
kidding,
check.
it's an illusion.
That is an 8 plus 7.
Okay.
I don't know how much that is.
There are no chests or anything around. God, my hair is a mess right now. Sorry. There are no chests or anything.
It should be the other way around.
We'll switch then.
There are no chests or doors or anything that have been left around. You find a couple of what look to be kind of moth-eaten rugs. It's an old and dusty kind of place. However, you do kind of make your way around, and you can see that farther up along the back of the tower, there is a small window that is currently left open. There are 2 glass plates that have been left open.
Just climb it again. Oh, fuck
So-
off. We know how that happened last time.
So
Do I get to throw Bass again?
I've got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Did we follow Baz around from the front door over to like a side window?
Did
ham.
you? Or did you just stay up front? It
gonna-
is
I'm gonna
a pretty much destroyed fucking building. Like
It's like to the point,
it's-
like, why the fuck did we come here?
it's to the point where you're wondering how this thing is still standing.
I'm gonna stay out front. Baz, why are we not going in through the front door?
Entrance is over here. The fuck? Sorry.
Mike Wazowski.
Yeah, that.
I'm watching you.
The entrance is over here. Come over here.
It should be on my bed.
This is the
The
front
back.
door.
The back, there's a window. She always keeps it unlocked.
Did you take a pic of it?
I start climbing.
Okay, roll me athletics check, please.
No acrobatics.
No.
I follow?
Oh, that's not bad. That's a 12.
A 12? Okay. The window is on the 4th floor.
Fuck you, it was the 5th floor last time.
Is it the 5th floor?
It was the last time.
The 5th floor. Yes. No, sorry. Pete, you're correct. Thank you.
I wish I had the wizard. He threw me. And I missed it.
The window's on the 5th floor of 6. This is a 6th floor tower that has been almost completely obliterated. You make it up to about halfway up the 3rd floor before you catch a brick that tumbles out past you and you're left hanging. One hand on the grip. You've got your feet are planted in relatively good places, but you're kind of...
I find another handhold.
Another athletics check, please.
6.
Are we all just watching him climb?
You are at the back. Oh, that's better.
I think
17.
we're all standing at the front.
17? Okay. You continue to climb up, and you 2 hands on the top on the ridge of the window, pull yourself over, and tumble into the actual room. It's
Before I do that, I open my head over. The back way, guys. The 5th floor window. Hurry. She doesn't keep it here for long. And I look around now. Now I can see what's inside.
Wait,
yeah. So you kind of yell that as you're like hanging halfway off the ledge. You call it down to them in the front. You guys hear him call this. It's quite. It sounds a little bit far away because he's 5 floors up and on the back side of the building, but you can still hear him. Yeah. The room is generally the way that it was the last time you had entered. Kind of this.
Oh, the fairy's there.
No. That's a different room. It is kind of this dust-covered bedroom. A large double bed with 4 posts and a couple of curtains that have been hung, kind of moth-eaten. There's a dresser on the side, one of the doors which has fallen off, and the other one which hangs open, kind of swings listlessly. There is a large kind of 4 to 6.
Hello? Hot as fuck.
Oh, there's a large floor mirror. Please don't knock over my things.
Also,
That's the first time it's ever happened.
There's a large floor mirror with a number of cracks that have kind of been run through it. What are you putting on my screen?
It's not like they can read it.
We're gonna get flagged. Jason, where's yours?
I fell off.
We'll grab it.
A number of cracks which run through the mirror. There is also a door on the far side, kind of a rusty knob and a nice woodish.
I'm just gonna wait for anyone.
Okay.
I know how to see her.
There's also a large dusty rug.
I have to leave Kaz out. I'm so mad. I just realized that as soon as he said that he climbed to the 5th floor, I'm like, oh no.
Can I? No. I know him. Can I tap the rug to make sure it's a rug?
Yep.
Tap the rug.
Small poof of dust. It's just a rug.
It's gonna be a fucking I knock over everything and she's like, what the fuck? I'm like, hey!
Where?
Can I blink?
Yes, if you want.
Okay.
Kidding. Somewhere to blink.
Wait,
Roll me
what?
your
I know
dice.
things.
What?
Roll me your die.
I know things. No.
Hold on. Let's see. I guess it's at the end of my turn. So, okay, hold on. I blink. What do I see?
Did you make a roll?
Yeah, I did, but it's at the end of my turn.
Okay. So you blink.
Oh, wait.
Charlotte.
Wait, hold on.
I feel like this doesn't sound right.
Okay, no, sorry, I don't blink.
So Charlotte, you blink.
Blink again, bitch.
Charlotte,
Okay.
you blink and immediately are just kind of caught in this uncomfortable, almost like, you know when you're being hugged too tight, like just a little bit too tight, and it's kind of like, oh, this is a little bit sore, but also not as sore as it could be.
Okay, great. I back out of that hug. I punch through that one and blink again.
Okay, yeah, no. You get caught in this kind of tangled thing, uncomfortable, you kind of puff back into existence. She'd gone kind of like hazy, like slightly see-through, but she hadn't disappeared at all. Next roll.
16.
16, so you make it.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We're good this
The second time you blink, you push past this awkward, kind of uncomfortable grip that seems to
Sorry.
wrap around you. You are used to blinking into the ethereal plane. You are not in the ethereal plane here. You are in this kind of wavery, almost grayscale area. You can see the regular material plane around you, but this kind of wavery area, this kind of haze, just everything here is grayscaled, whereas the rest of the outside world is still totally normal. The tower is large and magnificent and totally whole, except pieces of the tower seem to shift and mold and rotate as they go, building on different sections, growing taller, growing shorter. The roofs kind of expand every once in a while, change color from one shade of gray to another shade of gray. There is also a slight kind of glimmer of light around this entire tower. And you can see a manner of these different stones that are kind of shifting and rearranging, that are marked with some sort of ruin.
Okay. Can I check for traps?
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought of that, but okay.
So that is a investigation check, I believe.
Obviously, that wasn't good.
No, we're fine.
Oh.
It's just a nat 1.
Okay, yeah.
Hold on, I have disadvantage. Okay. I did better on the second one, actually, but,
So
I mean, it's a nat 1, so.
you take a minute to read. It's nearly impossible to read these ruins. Like, as they shift, the ruins seem to change and flicker with them. It's a complicated mess. It looks terrifying, but you're not sure if any of these things do anything to hurt you or to capture people, or what on earth this thing could be doing.
Okay. Yep, that's what I got.
That's it? Are you unblinking or?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll put these
I
on.
should also mention that you can still see the rest of the party. Also in this kind of like awkward grayscale now.
Can I not usually see them? Oh wait.
You can see them generally as more,
Orbs.
more ghost-like kind of outlines almost.
Okay.
They are totally whole.
You
They're
don't have
just
glasses, I
completely
was gonna say,
grayscale.
you know when you take off your glasses and you look at someone, they're just a blurry blob, that's what you see.
Yeah.
Me, I don't have
Or,
glasses.
well, when you put on...
When you put on glasses and they're just blurry.
All right, hold on. I'm
I
sorry.
can adjust my eyes
it
so that I
This
can
is
see.
blinked.
Is it blurry?
No.
Can you see well?
Yeah, but focus.
Okay. That.
Yeah, that was.
How blind are you?
Do you know when you're driving at
Well, I
night
can't
and it's
see any of your
it's
facial features
raining
right now.
and
Holy-
the like lamp
Oh, I can see.
the lamp lights
you
are
good,
like
Danny?
awkwardly
I
weird.
have to really focus
Yeah.
hard.
That's what the ethereal plane is generally like. You gotta
Okay.
you
can't
can make
see.
out the forms of people, but you have to focus hard to do so.
I can't read this.
See how
I
blind?
can't read
How
this.
blind is
I
Jason?
can't read that.
Uh-huh.
I can't read that. I can't read that. I can't read anything.
I can see my hand
Oh,
until
you're
about
so
here.
back.
I can read a whoa.
Okay.
I can't.
Are you good?
I unblinked and I
Jason.
put on my glasses.
Read Jason's.
Okay, so your glasses
can
allow
see, but
you
they're
to
still blurry.
see through the ethereal
Yeah,
plane
they're like a little
and
blurry, but I can
illusions,
see.
correct?
I think they're true sight
True
glasses.
So I look
Yes,
good in
true sight.
them.
I can't see.
Yeah.
So these still suit you better.
That's so cute, the little face.
No, I still don't have the description. Just glasses from Lanira. Oh well.
They're true sight. You're correct.
Okay.
I just gotta
Put that
find
down.
true sight.
Oh no.
True seeing. Yeah, so the spell gives the willing creature you touch the ability to see things as they actually are. For the duration, the creature has true sight, notices secret doors hidden by magic, and can see into the ethereal plane all out to a range of 120 feet. So you can still see this image of the tower as it rearranges and such.
Sorry, my first roll would have been a 13 because I have Jack of all trades and I didn't add it. Sorry.
You made it up anyways, you're good. Remember, jack of all trades.
I keep on forgetting it even says Jack of all trades on it.
You can see this same tower and stuff. However, you can now make out above the archway where this door is, where the door to this building is supposed to be placed. There is a large keystone, so that the top bit of an archway, it's kind of a large load-bearing stone.
Yeah.
And it is engraved with a large eyeball.
Baz is right. Let's go up the window. I start climbing.
Okay. So you make your way around. The window is on the 5th floor.
Would she have advantage if she's on Baz? Because Baz is like 6 feet tall.
Baz is a
On Kaz.
Kaz. Wow.
6 foot tall Baz.
I grow.
Baz, look, we're like a normal height now.
Sorry.
It's like fucking, what is the big thing from Shrek?
What?
The big
Gingy.
Oh,
Gingy. You gonna tell me?
Oh no.
Yeah, no, would she have have a little bit of an advantage because she's on Kaz, and Kaz is 6 feet tall.
You'd be able to skip kind of, if you're bringing Kaz around with you, you'd be able to stand on his back and skip basically the first floor, but you still have to climb.
Oh boy. Okay, let's see.
Taller than that, but you can skip quite a bit.
Okay, we're good. Let's do this.
The first floor, each floor is probably 10, 12 feet tall. It's a long
I'll
climb.
climb last.
So you're gonna climb up? Yeah. Athletics check, please.
Disadvantage.
That was a 19.
15. Okay. Athletics.
Yep.
16.
16. Okay. So you begin to scale. Are you keeping the glasses on?
Sure.
Okay. So with the glasses help, you can kind of tell which of these blocks are kind of moving at any one point. You manage to avoid a majority of them. You manage to actually catch one that lifts upwards quite a bit. You actually guys see her go. She catches one of these bricks and then somehow just starts to levitate forward a couple of meters before continuing climbing.
God, that's what makes me cry.
Before she continues to climb up. I need one more athletics.
Sure,
please.
guys. Elevator.
Catching the elevator.
Nothing can save me now. No. 5.
Okay. You manage to make your way up to the ledge of the window. However, as you catch onto the ledge, or just below the ledge, the stone drops rapidly with a whoosh, and you are lowered down to the 4th floor. You're gonna have to make another athletics check, please.
Okay.
Don't fuck it up.
4 is so far. 4.
4?
Yeah.
Okay. As this stone grinds to a stop suddenly, you lose your grip. And I need a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, let's try a different dice.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, saving throw?
Saving throw.
Okay, I'll take the other one because it's just ability checks. 15. Dexterity?
Yep.
16.
16. Okay. You lose your gripping, let go with the left hand, and as you begin to slide down the side, manage to catch your hands again and scale the rest of the way up. You manage to pull yourself up onto the ledge of the window and into the room, kind of pushing back against the windowsill and just kind of taking a second to breathe. It is a dusty bedroom from the looks of it. A couple of broken and moth-eaten pieces. Baz is currently standing.
Hi, Charlotte.
The bricks move.
Oh,
Watch
yeah.
out.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Oops.
I'm sorry.
Tower's not the tower, but it is the tower.
It is a tower.
Yeah, but it's also not the tower, you know.
Alright.
Sure.
Shahala, Tavik, which one of you's next?
Tavik.
Okay.
Just wait till you see the basement.
Tavik,
I can. Why?
you're going to make me an athletics check with disadvantage because you're in heavy armor.
Man. Well, it's half plate. Is that heavy?
Yep, half plate still counts, I believe.
Like,
Sorry, let me check.
Oh my god. I need to grab my bag so bad.
Oh man, I never shot laser.
My arm hurts.
I was thinking then perish. But then I
Half
thought-
plate is medium armor, so you have disadvantage on stealth checks. Okay, yeah, no, I will say make it without disadvantage, but I will raise the difficulty a little bit more since it will be harder than if you were in leather armor or something.
Okay, first roll was a 16 plus 6, so 20.
Okay, yeah, no. Easily enough, you
Yeah.
kind of have, you memorized a majority of the path that Charlotte had taken. You managed to follow her quite a bit up. You miss one of these stones, one of the stones that she had grabbed, which had managed to lift her up, but you do manage to make your way up quite a bit. Make me my second athletics check, please.
+19 + 6, so 25.
Perfect, yeah. No, you are easily, you managed to find the right grips holds. One of the benefits of growing up with dwarves is you know when a stone is good enough to hold weight. And you managed to make your way up. You avoid that one stone during which Charlotte had somehow lost her handhold or something and managed to slide down quite a bit, kind of ducking up, pulling yourself over into the room.
Shahala.
You can go up.
Are you just gonna stay down here?
No, I'll come after you.
I think this is worded wrong.
Watch, I'm gonna roll one. Because I rolled all those 20s. Calling it right now. Oh. That would be 20.
20? Okay, yeah, you managed to scale a majority of this. So I can Secondary check, please.
8.
Yeah, you managed to make it up to about the 5th floor. You kind of almost lose your gripping a couple of times, finally managing to catch the ledge of the window and haul yourself over. You nearly drop your bag as you're going, managing to catch it just in time, but you managed to haul yourself over. Paula?
I apologize to Kaz. I'm like, I'm sorry, but you can't come with. And I tell him to stay guard. And I rolled a 19, and that's a +4.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
You begin to make your way up.
Strong.
You're also pretty good at climbing. You've got a little bit of practice and some buffness.
I got muscle.
You make your way up the tower with easy enough. Secondary athletics check, please.
16.
16. Yeah, relatively easy. You managed to pull yourself up, so you're sitting on the kind of like ledge of the window. You can see Kaz has begun to pace back and forth, and he kind of looks up every once in a while, kind of whines, and then curls up into a ball underneath to wait. You can see Bob, who's currently in Peregrine Falcon, kind of as he comes in and alights along the windowsill next to you as you climb your way in, kind of gives a squawk, and as he turns around,
Yeah, because he's a falcon right now.
as he turns around, you see that he has left a small acorn. He's left a small acorn on the windowsill, and as he turns and dives out, you see the horses begin to trot after him and into the woods.
He just done ditched us.
Well, he said he'd get us to where we
Ding
need to
done
go.
ditched us.
Yeah, that's true.
Charlotte.
Was it acorn by me or?
It's on the windowsill, so you kind of hop in after Kaz curls up.
Okay.
He alights on the thing and then leaves an acorn. before
I
turning
guess
to go.
I grab it and I give it to Kiza.
An
So
acorn?
You're handed an acorn.
I don't know, there's probably something to do with that acorn. I'm like, Bob left it.
Put it in my bag, I guess. I mean...
Okay.
No, wait. I give it to my golem. I hand it to him.
Are you feeding the acorn to the golem?
No, I tell him to watch it.
Okay.
Does he eat it? Or does he just watch it?
He takes it between both of his kind of like stone plum hands and goes, "Meow."
Perfect.
And then
Miss him.
and just absorbs it.
Oh,
No! He doesn't eat it, like it doesn't go into the mouth like vortex that he's got. It just kind of, the stone kind of opens up. He puts the acorn in and the stone closes around it.
Alright.
He's got kind of like a little bump on his tummy now.
He's pregnant.
Congrats!
What have you? Hey, let me see what you have. Oh.
Good boy.
Anyway, guys, this way. I will move through the door.
Okay, yeah. You turn the knob of the door, and as you pull it open,
I shit myself.
as you pull it open, the room around you guys begins to glimmer and change. There spreads from the center of the carpet in a kind of swirling pattern. The room begins to mend itself. The moth-ridden cloth of the bed begins to knit itself back together. The door lifts off the ground and reattaches to the cupboard. The cracks in the mirror slowly disappear until this room is left in perfect mint condition. And with a final clink and a latching of the lock, the window panes close behind you, and you are left in a perfectly normal room. As you make your way out into the kind of spiral staircase at the center of this tower, there is a staircase leading upwards and a staircase leading downwards.
Sorry.
What's it gonna be?
I got a
Mimic
message.
or lady?
I'm going upwards and downwards.
Upwards or downwards?
Upwards was... Let's go downwards, because I think that's where we were last time.
To the
That-
dungeon.
Do you...
We love dungeons.
Not that message. I got a message from another man. Do you guys want to see some fairies? And, it was a goblin, I don't remember. Or do you want to go and see my husband? And, Maeve.
Did you say your husband?
Oh, yeah. Technically, he's like my boyfriend, but he's a good man. You'll like him.
Does Baz do that?
Sure.
You just go I rather prefer not to be away from Kaz too long. So let's go see your partner and your friend that we've came here for.
Perfect. She's a lovely lady. She'll offer you tea. If you don't like tea, don't take it. But if you like tea, you want experience, take the tea. So we go downstairs.
Okay. Wait, what?
We go downstairs.
Okay, great. You guys are going downstairs? Do you like turn around or anything, or you just?
I swear to God, if you two go up, what the fuck am I turning to Ethan? Sorry. I walk back upstairs. I'm not following them. Down. We'll come back. I promise. I push Charlotte.
I'm going downstairs. You want me to push me down these stairs?
You better be going
I
downstairs,
am
Kizzo.
so tired. I will fall down these stairs.
Please come downstairs with us. Please, I'll put on my doggy face. That's like a really bad.
She just screams and punches you in the face.
That hits Baz. Baz hits Charlotte. Charlotte goes downstairs. It's fine. Domino effect. Yeah. I like.
I'm sorry, that was so scary. That was the worst thing. That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's okay, just please come downstairs. The bloody nose will stop at some point. Just please come on. She's a great lady. We'll see the fairies in like
Do
5
you want
minutes.
something for that?
Okay.
No, I'm good.
Hold on. I've got a torch.
Charlotte pauses on the stairs, opens up her backpack. Torch.
I hand you some slip and feelums.
What?
They're socks.
Thank God. They don't sound like socks.
I hand you socks and a pair of green rolling heels, and I'm like, for your troubles.
Here, take this.
What?
No, just like
That's
put
been
it
in my bag
here.
for so long, and I don't want it anymore.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
You've got.
What is it?
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so it's a pair of green rolling heels and a pair of socks that make the heels not hurt at all, no matter what. You can wear them for all day and they'll be fine. But they're basically heelys.
Yeah, I wrote down Heelys.
The heels are green, sparkly heelys.
Yeah.
The socks allow you to wear shoes. They morph so that you can fit into any pair of shoes.
You know what they say with a man with big feet? Small hands.
I'm sorry, I would have given you the red ones because I know like that's kind of your like. I think you like red, but like.
I like Kinky Boots. That's a good musical.
I mean, yeah, I really like the red ones because they've got knives in the heels. So.
Oh, I don't like them anymore.
Those kind of are
Anyway.
kinky boots, though.
Fucking gun.
This is a gun.
Anyway, downstairs.
Okay.
Come on.
So you begin to make your way down
Oh
the
my god, I
staircase.
forgot that his name is Dwayne.
Dwayne the Rock.
Yeah, his name's Dwayne.
You begin to make your way downstairs. You pass 2 more doors on the next floor down, finally coming down to the 3rd floor
Like
and the large office doors. They are currently shut. You kind of knock.
Yeah.
It's a minute.
Hank.
There's a minute passes in silence. There's no reply.
I open the door.
Room
Just kind of
service.
push it open. It is the same office that you are used to. The kind of large desk table. A couple of chairs that have placed on the other side.
Now, last time you said Hank was the chest by the thing. Is there a chest there?
There's no chest in this room.
Sorry.
There are 2 walls of these kind of curving bookcases, and a large set of 3 glass windows that look out onto the fields beyond. There is no one in the room currently.
What's up with these books? Can I do an investigation check?
Yes, you can.
What else is in this room? Can I do a perception check?
Yes, you can.
I mean,
Yeah.
perception, but I also know this pretty well.
Oh.
There is a 19
Six.
plus 4.
Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. 3.
3. Yeah. It's a bunch of books. The writing on them you don't recognize. A lot of them are kind of just colored spines, and the ones that do have writing are in the language you don't recognize. The room is well put together. It's kind of a Art Nouveau style, very kind of high class, old kind of Victorian style. There's a couple of there's a tea set that's been left on the thing. Pretty general.
You got a 19 plus 4.
19. So generally when you enter in, Maeve is pretty much always in her office. There's generally always a hot thing of tea waiting for you guys. You notice one, Maeve is in here. 2, the coffee set, the tea set is empty. There's no tea in the large saucers or in the teapot.
Well, we didn't make it in time.
You notice there are a few pieces of scattered paper that have been left on the desk. Nothing too important. It looks like a couple of trade agreements with the town. There's one that details something about the Harvest Festival and a delivery of some sort. You also see that there is a small bit of a stationery pad with the same kind of paper that had been used in your own letter. You do, however, notice that you can hear the faint sound of what sounds like a broom sweeping back and forth at the next floor down.
The next floor down?
Yep.
Okay. Guys, downstairs. I know who's downstairs. Let's go.
You're very bossy.
I'm sorry. It's a facade. She knows. Can we please go downstairs? I don't want you guys to be lost in here. The floors change every time.
What?
The tower changes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's magical.
Okay.
It's fey.
Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah, sure. I'll
okay.
follow you.
If you get lost in the room, you probably won't find us for a few hundred years. I'm pretty sure that's where the wizard went. Because he said he had to use the bathroom, but Maeve was like, "Hey, don't use the bathroom." But
Oh my god!
I can tell you 100% canon that is not what happened.
He went to go use the
He's like,
bathroom.
that
He's
would've
probably
been
dead in the laundry closet now.
I'm pretty
He
sure I
just
have an
had-
idea where he went.
You open a
The
door.
basement.
Oh, that's where he
You know
went.
what the basement is, though?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pretty sure he went there.
Oh boy.
Anyway.
Yeah, so you make your way out of the office. The door closes behind you guys. It's one of those weighted doors. All the doors in this place generally tend to be. You make your way down the staircase again and emerge into what looks to be a small kind of kitchen area. There's a small circular table that's been pushed against one of the walls. And there is a young girl, perhaps? She's a little bit shorter than Baz is, kind of this very slight frame. She's currently sweeping back and forth across the floor of the kitchen, kind of cleaning up a little bit. You can see that there's a small bit of dinner that's being laid out on the table that you assume might be hers, though she hasn't sat down. She's wearing kind of a cloth bit of a dress, softly going back and forth. She does look up as you guys enter. She's got these huge eyes, dark kind of beady eyes, and she just kind of looks up at you silently, stops her sweeping.
Do you know where Maeve is?
She nods.
Can you show us to where she is? She asked to see us, and I showed her the letter.
She steps forward a little bit, kind of reaches out slowly, and then snatches the letter with these tiny little bony hands, kind of pours over it quickly before nodding and passing it back. And she hurries along to the edge of the thing. You can see there's a small window just above the sink that she kind of lifts the curtain off of, points down towards the town.
Oh, she went out?
She nods her head.
Is she doing a performance today right now?
She nods her head. Well, she nods her head, pauses, tips it to the side, and holds up a finger, and then she goes scurrying over to what a small door has been set next to the refrigerator, kind of opens it up, goes rummaging through what looks to be some sort of supply closet or a pantry of some sort, comes out with a small bell,
What's
and
her haircut?
Her haircut?
Mm-hmm.
She's got this slight kind of like messy bob almost, like it looks like she's cut it herself, kind of
She look familiar.
dark mousy hair. She does look similar. You can notice a couple of things that draw
She
your eye.
remind
You're
me
like
of the servants from
the manor. Yeah, she looks very, very, very similar to Tiz.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
But
say, because I've got a drawing of Tiz here, and I'm like,
Where Tiz looks more unnatural. Tiz resembles what's his name? Karsithith. Very, very closely in that kind of like gaunt Feywild. This girl looks more humanoid, but she definitely looks like she's got bits and pieces where she looks like she might have something or have been exposed to it at the very least, the same kind of treatment that would have led to kind of this gaunt faced and stuff. She brings out a small copper bell and she kind of rings it, holds it up to her ear, brings it down, puts it back in the room, and says, kind of lifts her finger, and then leads you guys. Begins to make her way up the stairs. She puts her broom down, begins to lead the way up the stairs.
Follow, and as we're following, I just, hey, have you seen Hank anywhere?
She pauses on the stairs, kind of turns around,
Points to the stairs.
she tilts her head at you, and then she gives a sad kind of no shake to her head before turning back around and continuing up the stairs.
Hank's dead.
Hank's dead, yeah.
Who's Hank?
Actually, Hank's like that wizard. He just couldn't find the bathroom.
Hank is like all the doors in this place. He's like, sorry.
She
Hank
leads
is
you
See where there's supposed to be a door.
She
I
leads
cried.
you up a level, but rather than emerging back on the level where the office had been, you emerge up
Hank
into
is
what looks like the
Bass's
top of the
boyfriend.
tower.
I want that to be a surprise.
We all
You
know.
emerge into what you know to be the top room of the tower. It is a large circular room filled with a number of pillows and low-sat couches.
What was that? Nintendo cat? Wait.
What the fuck?
Jason, I know exactly what that was.
What?
It was a fairy coming out of my mouth.
No, Jason. And I like to dress in sparkly dresses.
I know exactly what you. Do I notice any of like the fairy dust that I was oblivious
Can I
to last
finish?
time? Sorry, I'm excited.
I haven't been able to get through any of the rooms of this
Yes,
tower
'cause I'm
before you guys have
Do you
done
want fairy dice?
it. No, I don't need them.
Do you want the chest? It could be
Do you
like
want the
Hank.
chest?
I don't care that I'm allergic.
I like the chest idea.
Jason, it's from the dollar store if you ever want one.
The room is littered with a number of soft plush rugs and pillows, low-set couches. There is what looks to be an old-style gramophone in the corner. Each part of the walls here are these huge floor-to-ceiling windows that have been draped over with slight drapery and curtains. There are a number of silks that are kind of tied to the top of the room, and a number of kind of what look to be gilded bird cages hang at various levels. The doors are generally open. There is a tea set, as always, in the center of the table. There are 5 cups, one for each of you, as well as a steaming pot of tea. And other than that, the room is empty, except for the slight, the young girl makes her way over to the gramophone, kind of sets a stereo record to play, and a light kind of like violin solo begins. The room is empty, however.
I don't see any.
Nope. She gestures to the couches,
Hey Danny,
kind of
you see
steps to
anything?
the side.
Charlotte see anything?
Where did the fairies go?
Yeah, your last one.
She
Yeah. Okay.
looks down at her feet and then shrugs her shoulders and gives the same kind of shake of her head.
Is this why Maeve called us? Did
Like
something
not.
happen in the basement? Okay. Do you want us to wait till Maeve comes back? Okay. If you want, bring a teacup. We're free to talk. Go eat your dinner. And I go and sit down. And I start drinking some tea.
And the little girl makes her way back down the staircase, leaving the group of you.
I feel like the entire time Kiz has got her arms up like, hello?
You're so small. Don't let me step on you.
She's smaller than Baz. Baz is half Kiz's height. Kiz is like, hello?
Yeah, that's the same thing with Shahal. She's just like,
Kiz and Shahal are like,
And Havoc.
No, but you
Yeah,
notice
and I'm
that
also trying
even,
not to
even
hit
as
her
she's
with my
going
tail,
between
too.
you guys, she has this natural just kind of grace to her. She manages to make her way through the group of you without so much as
I stick
brushing
my leg
past
out.
her.
she trips on
This is
Shahal's
just
tail.
for like last time. Like it doesn't do anything for the game. Was it a goblin last time?
No.
What was it? It was something small and it wasn't her. When we played.
There was a. It was her.
No, you said it was a goblin.
It wasn't a
It was
goblin.
a dude, and he came up and he was like goblin or something. He was like, "What the fuck? What are you doing in my tower?"
Oh.
That's how we got downstairs because the fairies were in the top room.
Oh. Okay. No. That was a different character. That was a different character. Yeah.
Do I know that character now or no?
He was just a visitor to the tower at the time.
It was that guy that
He
we
was
met on
the-
the owl bear.
He was at the time he was the
Killed
butler.
The butler.
Yeah. He
we killed him.
was
No,
released
the
from
guy,
service,
the
so
guy with
after a
the
while.
owl bear.
He only worked there
on
for a little bit.
Talos.
He was
And
released
they were
from
like,
service.
"Right!" And he had the big
Oh
pack.
yes, the icon.
Yeah, the one character from your guys' old campaign, but I can't remember his name.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I kind of find a wall and I just kind of like cross my arms and I just kind of like lean against it and I'm like,
There are a number of like pillars set out between each of the windows, but there's no proper wall.
okay, then I go by the pillar.
Okay.
I just want to lean.
Can I sit on like a? Okay, great.
There's a number of low set couches, some pillows, and some nice comfy rugs.
I take out Dwayne and I put him in front of me and I just sit there like, what the fuck are you?
He just kind of vibrates.
He likes
Baz,
that.
you're good with rocks.
Can I investigate?
Dwayne?
Would I know what a baby one looks like?
You can try an investigation
I
check.
have advantage on that one.
You have advantage on, I believe, history checks against stuff with stone.
Intelligence check related to origin of stonework. I am considered proficient in the history skill and yeah, okay, yeah.
I will give you advantage, though. I will give you advantage because it would make sense.
On history or
Roll a history check. We'll say it's a history check.
Jesus
We're
fuck.
fine. We're fine. It's almost empty.
14 plus 3.
You haven't seen anything specifically like this. It does resemble a number of the kind of like stone automatons that you guys have that work the mines. Stone golems, like the actual elementals, are uncommon to find. But you do know a number of rock golems, which are generally made by a lot of the miners and used
Like, I know
in
he's a stone
construction.
golem, but we don't
Yeah,
know
but
much
we don't
more
know.
than that. We're like,
He kind of looks like back home in the mines we had stone golems that we made. He kind of looks like that. I don't know the exact origin of how we designed them to look like him because I'm pretty sure he's not one. We never made them that small. But they were huge, like made out of rock.
Dwayne, listen. You absorbed that acorn I gave you. Do you have anything else inside of you?
He peeks.
He vibrates for a second, and then just slowly, his stomach begins to shift awkwardly.
Sorry.
Begins to do this awkward kind of swirling shift and pulls itself apart to reveal a couple of different compartments. There's about 4 of them. And he pulls out the acorn with his 2 hands, just kind of plops it on the table, looks up at you expectantly, reaches back in, pulls out a rock, reaches back in, pulls out another rock, reaches back in, pulls out a 3rd rock, just different sized little pebbles that he's picked up.
He's got
And
a
then
gold
he
piece in
reaches-
there somewhere. Where is that?
He reaches back in. Funnily enough, he pulls out a small copper piece and he puts it down, and then he just rumbles, and the stomach closes back over.
Good job, Dwayne.
Got it.
That's cute.
Hey, okay, wait. Can I use animal handling to try to train him? I just want to train him to say yes and no, so I understand what he's saying when I ask questions.
You can try.
I'm gonna try real hard.
Speed.
Well, he could he vibrates. Maybe 2 is yes, 1 is no.
Oh my gosh. Here, you want some help?
Well, it's not like a vibrate. It's like when you
Yeah,
He
it's
grinds.
not. Sorry, it's not a
He
vibration.
grinds.
it kind of sounds like this, but if it was to grind, because it doesn't.
You want some help, Kizza?
It
Let's
does
try to
sound like
train
that
him.
quite a bit. Yeah.
We're
No,
But if
I
it was
could,
two
I
rocks,
could talk to him
then they
right now.
Is he smart enough that you can actually talk to him?
I don't know.
Well, you can
What
try.
I could try.
Okay.
What's the
I was gonna look around, but
stats for a
I
god?
want to train this
'Cause I don't think they're
freaking rock.
intelligent.
Well, we can look around right after. I just want to know if
Look it up.
I
What
wanted
if
to
it's
tap.
important?
I know you don't.
I can look.
I wanted to talk with y'all, but I mean, if you want to talk about this rock, be my guest.
Whose nerds are that?
Okay.
They're mine. But it was too loud for me to open it, so I was like,
I mean, I can secretly.
I'm just
If I
gonna
earn
first
some. These. Wait, can you write Can you put an S on nerds?
Oh, remember the puppy that I brought down that I said was Amy? That was
Yeah.
Snurd.
this doesn't work.
the one that I was holding.
Oh, I can get another one.
That was Snurd.
Snurd, you can try, Danny.
Okay, I will cast message.
Okay.
And
I got it.
if
Natasha's
you
gonna-
can understand us, you can both respond to this message and do 1 mess for yes and 2 mess for no.
It sounds like not. You can reply
Oh,
to this message.
I want it to talk back so bad, but I know it's probably not going to.
Ass and titties.
So only he hears the message, and only I can hear his message if you're in response.
Don't know.
It doesn't say it has any complications. You cast message, and as you say this, you watch as as Dwayne just stops as he's vibrating, and with a terror,
Shits himself.
he gives a, and then just collapses into a piles of pebbles.
What did you
He
do?
shit himself. Sorry.
What?
He's terrified.
I just deactivated my iron.
Wait, was 1 yes I can hear you, or was 2 yes I can hear you?
1 was yes, 2 was no.
So he understands you.
Yeah. Can I try that again?
Yeah, you can try it again.
Did you
He
kill my
shits
rock?
himself times 2.
I didn't mean to scare you. Sorry?
The pile of pebbles remains a pile of pebbles.
You killed my rock!
Dwayne the Rock Johnson really is a rock now.
Rip drain the
Can I
Johnson.
cast Spare the Dying?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, it has no
Can
effect
I
on
do
undead or
a check on
constructs.
this to see if it's still magic or something?
Kizza's just like, well.
I'm just sipping my fucking tea, waiting for Maeve.
So you cast Spare the Dying. The pile of rocks remains a pile of rocks.
Yeah, it has no effect on constructs. Okay.
I got a 15 Arcana check for the pile of rocks to see if it's the same as before.
There's no sense of magical work here. There is kind of a presence of other planar energy. But there's nothing specifically magical. Like, this isn't a magical spell. It's an actual living creature.
He exploded and went to another plane. He shit himself so hard he went to another plane.
Is it?
I don't think I can medicine check a rock.
Can I see if he's okay?
You killed him!
How do you want to do that?
Nature
Okay.
or medicine?
So
I don't know.
So it is a living creature.
It is a living creature.
Oh, this
Is
isn't
it
good
animal?
anyway.
This is not good. You killed my rock.
Nature, that's a 6.
Not an animal, so to
I'm
say.
gonna
It's
try-
not like a bear or anything. It's just an other planar.
I'm gonna try
creature, right?
medicine.
So it's similar to like a demon or a ghost would be. Like it's not an animal by any sense, but it's not a material plane creature.
Would it count as a beast?
No, it does not count as a beast.
Okay.
Got a 6 for nature.
I got a 9 for medicine.
It's a weirdly clumped pile of pebbles. Like it's still got like a form. Generally, a lot of these pebbles would have rolled off. They're all pretty much connected to each other. It's just a lump.
Is it like vibrating?
It's not vibrating.
Is it kind of moving still?
Not that you can change. Not that you can view.
Try to comfort it, I
Can I
guess.
poke
don't
it?
know.
Don't poke him!
I poke it.
You poke it as you reach your finger in. The pile of pebbles just kind of morphs out of the way of your finger.
Okay!
He's alive.
I put him back like to my side and I'm like, I'm just gonna let him.
As you reach your hands out to like collect him, it just kind of like
well, no, he's still in the cage.
squishes-
I just picked
Is
up
he
the
still-
cage and
Oh,
put it back
okay.
on the side.
I thought he was out of the cage.
you pick up the cage and put him back to the side. He kind of like, you can see that the pebbles start to like roll together to form kind of a tinier version of this thing, and then slowly it grows to full size, and then with a it just kind of drops into the same kind of like, not a pile of pebbles, but just a singular rock.
Oh, okay. Well,
He's having a moment.
All
Let him
right.
be.
I'm gonna investigate the room now.
Yeah, same.
Wait, which one is he?
Well, while you're doing that,
Can I ask a dumb question? None of this stuff is shiny, right?
Are you
Because you said there were no more
fucking
fairies.
my asshole?
What?
You can't see any fairies
You
now.
get it one.
So
Yeah,
none
I
of
want
this
a
stuff
good
is shiny
dice.
like it was before because they were like
Oh,
shitting
right.
fairy dice.
Hell
yeah.
for you.
The cages that are kind of lined around the room have like a residual,
Yeah.
kind of they're shinier, but
Investigation or perception? If I'm checking around the room.
what are you trying to do? Are you just kind of looking in general, or are you looking for something specific?
Looking for anything that catches my eye.
Perception.
Can you not?
I was doing the same thing as Kizza, and funny story.
This one doesn't like you.
I got a 1.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, Denny, you're Charlotte is a bit distracted by the pebbles.
He's like,
I still can't.
Rocks can't do that.
Don't judge
Charlotte
him.
shits herself. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, holy shit!
So like my rendition of Yakin.
Let me see. Why is there an exclamation mark there? Was that just like shadow?
That's not. No, that's supposed to be shading because that's making it an asshole. That is not. Okay. It's
Oh.
Yakin.
so while we're waiting for your friend, I guess, I'm actually a little interested to kind of learn more about your guys' history.
What do you mean history? Like personal history, or how long we've been a group, or
Let's go with both.
well. What have you heard about
My
Yakin?
great-great-great-great-grandfather.
Kizza and Charlotte leave.
You went to the worst person to talk to. Bye.
I'm talking to more so all of you guys. It's like a general kind of.
do you know about Yakin?
What?
Okay, so I'm from this dwarven city.
Oh God.
I'm not telling the whole story, kids. It's a summary, synopsis, you know.
If it's too long, I'm just gonna walk away from you.
It's not.
Okay.
It's like a minute. Basically.
Wait, don't start. Don't.
No.
No, don't you start. I'm timing you.
hold on. Hold on. I'm filming you.
Okay, are you ready? You've got. I'll give you 2 minutes.
Alright.
2 minutes. Okay, ready? Starting now.
So anyway, I'm from Yakin. Parents both gone. Most of my siblings are also passed. But my ex-wife Veronissa, basically had an affair with the god of death, elvish god of death, Miracle. I have quite a few kids, but basically I went on a little adventure myself for the business, Baz Ben Him, owner of the Ben Quinn Mining Service. And I met Adron, and that's how all of us met each other.
Sorry, met who?
Adron, he was the black cat. I'm pretty sure him and shit had like a little thing going on, but it's fine. But we all met like that, and we've been traveling since a few months now. We went to Talos and everything. We're a bunch of shit. Like, if you put like different types of shit together, we're just one big shit. I apparently have a fascination with shit. So, really, that's the whole group. You know Shin left.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, we know a little bit better than everyone else, but I don't want to say that. But yeah. Also, my son, he's gay. I'm very proud of him. He's up north. Maybe it's a rumor, but yeah. That's about all of my story. My throat's starting to hurt now.
You mentioned about your partner.
Oh, Hank. Yeah, that's how we know this place. I had a friend before when I went venturing. His name was the Wizard. I can't tell you his actual name. Gandalf. I'm kidding. That's a joke. But anyway, we met each other. We went on an adventure. We got here, and fuck, my timer's going out. But basically, shush your mouth.
That's 2 minutes.
No, she asked a question. It's different.
That is true.
Yeah, she's really nice. I've been here quite a few times. She's helped me. She's like my marriage counselor, but not really. She's like therapy session, but she's also a very nice lady. Last time I was here, actually, this is for the whole group. You can stop videoing me now. Charlotte, get the Rocky Talkie out of here.
Wait, it can do that?
That's what you're doing right now.
It can what?
It can video.
It can video?
Yeah. It's the new Rocky Talkie X.
We got 2
XL.
more minutes.
Shit, okay. Anyway, so last time we were here, also this is the Fae, I want you guys to know.
You're going on, and I'm getting bored.
I'm telling you about why we're here right now.
Yeah, and I'm getting bored.
Do you want me to spice it up? I can do a little dance.
Performance check.
Yeah.
You took my words.
That is a 20!
You're back in.
Plus 10. 30!
Jahala, this is the most fucking interesting thing you've ever heard.
Okay, hurry up.
I'm like, twerking, that's some shit.
You gotta go.
And as he does it, he's doing this interpretive dance, and somehow you can see the story.
We've only got a minute.
Sorry. But this is the Fae. This really is. The basement. I won't tell you what it is, but it's something.
I would guess downstairs.
Anyway, there used to be fairies up here, and they used to serve you tea. Everything was
You
sparkling.
mean downstairs?
No, right here in this room.
Okay.
What the fuck kind of world? Oh, hey, Jordan. So yeah, that happened. They're gone now. There's also a butler. He's gone. He's been gone for a while. He got fired. He ate her tea. Wasn't good. Shit. But yeah, I'm
20
pretty
seconds.
sure something's wrong with the Fae. The end.
All right.
With 13 seconds to spare.
I've lost track like halfway through.
Well, that was I applaud that I was thoroughly entertained.
I bow.
I questioned about clapping,
That's okay. I enjoy
and then
snapping.
I
Perfect.
just one snap, just, and I turned to Tabak. What is your story?
What?
Hey, Tabak, what's your backstory?
I've mentioned some things here and there.
He's like,
he goes to the nearest window
"You're
and he
fun
just
time."
right out the window.
I'm in Aries.
Sorry, what was that? Why do
I
you have
mentioned some
Natasha on your
things
screen?
here and there.
Oh, sorry, I'm just stalking
Sorry,
her.
switching accounts now.
It's Natasha on the other account.
Let
It's like a
Jasper
Natasha
talk.
fan.
Sorry.
I don't have anything that interesting. Other than I can't remember.
You lost your memory?
A lot. Well, we found out somebody's taken it from me for now.
I'm sorry to hear.
Something wild's going on in Kylie's house. Sorry.
Alright, Kizza. You're up.
Okay. Alright. I'll make this short.
Wait. Should I be recording this too?
If you want to.
Okay, hold on. I'll record it.
What do you mean by record?
I don't know. Okay, go.
Alright, I'll make this really short. I was raised by wolves. As far as I can remember. I don't remember anything really before that. There's like a blue dragon born somewhere in my life. I don't know. I cried over her. She seemed pretty cool. She didn't really talk. She kind of just disappeared into the water.
I was with you.
And then there was that weird, like, prince guy. I don't know. I think I was, like, royalty. No, like a knight? I don't know. Something. But yeah. That's basically it. I don't really have much of a backstory.
The wolves you were raised by, do you know where that pack of wolves laid?
Oh, just 1 second. God! Where were my wolves?
You can't actually remember.
Not a clue.
I need the sharpener. My pencil broke.
Somewhere?
I need
I
your
don't know.
love.
They seemed pretty nice until they kicked me out.
Kicked you out.
Sorry.
Well, yeah.
I think
Why
of,
did they
like,
kick you out?
college, like in a sorority. They're like, get out, bro. That was not cool.
I don't, like, I don't know.
Alright.
You know,
Abandoned me, I guess.
do you guys know the wolves from Starks or Storks
Yeah.
with like, the baby?
Yes! That's Kizza. I
They're like,
turned
"Bro,
to Charlotte
cool."
and like,
Where the fuck the baby come from, bro?
and what about you, Charlotte?
What about me?
Your story. Your past.
Well, listen.
This is story.
About a girl.
No, I am not the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Don't know where Bel Air is, actually.
Where's
It's the
Bel Air
town
on the map?
beside Yakin.
It's a small town in the
Yakin.
elemental plane.
Oh, damn it.
Here.
Listen.
Okay.
I got it.
Yeah.
Beautiful air.
Kids, I'm good at what I do.
Sometimes.
I didn't hear anything what you said.
I'm good at what I do,
kids.
I'm good at what I do.
Sometimes.
Why? What about you?
Well, listen.
I feel like Charlotte says, why, what about, like, all of us had our attention on Charlotte, and then Charlotte's like, why, what about you? And
You're
all of
all
us are like,
It's ping pong between the viewers.
Oh, did I mention about Kyujin?
Who?
Oh, he's my son, but not really my son, but he's my son.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, sorry, continue. Sorry, sad moment.
Okay. Before we get to me, there was a question I had for you. You said you were half elf.
Yeah.
And something about what's the other half and a prophet? What's up with that?
Half elf? What's it to ya?
I guess where your alignment lays.
My alignment?
Well, no, okay,
There's
I
a
mean...
question mark there.
I have the same question.
can you ask God? I don't know either.
Not like in character sheet, I'm like asking like in terms
Actually,
of like,
I don't have an
like-
alignment either.
if,
I don't either.
if you're
No,
more,
I good.
Oh wait, I
Chaotic
do.
good.
if you're more like with like more like with the gods or like demons or people or animals or that's what I'm trying to
Oh,
ask.
are you saying what's the other half of my half elf?
Very nice.
Well, I'm asking that, yes. And
It is human, yeah.
But I'm gonna.
you can't be racist to me. I'm half of it. And you mentioned something about a prophet.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I'm the prophet of Istus. Which actually I shouldn't have told you guys. But now you know, so maybe don't spread it around.
I don't know what's funny.
Yes, Charlotte's an idiot. We understand.
You can't be racist to me. I'm only half of it.
You can only be half racist. I'm not allowed in bathrooms, but I can drink from water fountains.
You can't be outright angry at me. You can only make jokes about it.
I'm crying. That was
I can't sit in the front of the bus, but I can sit in the middle.
Oh my god.
Alright, I guess that kind of answered my question. Last question, and this one's for all of you guys. What is your guys' goal, I guess? Do you have an aim?
No.
We were supposed to get to this tower, and we
Yeah.
kind of
But
made it here.
besides this castle,
Not really.
Adron gave us the tattoos, which reminds me, I don't know what to fucking... What do we tell Adron when Shin's not with us when we see him next time? Because, like,
Maybe he knows.
our tattoos are kind of gone.
Are our tattoos
Well,
gone?
no, sorry, they're not gone. Like, you know, like
Is
the-
Shin's gone or no?
Nope.
So he still has his dot there.
Yeah, sorry. It's not gone. That's
Adron?
complete opposite of what I'm supposed to say. Black cat guy. So yeah, and then there was a tiefling guy too. Hated that guy.
His name is Stavros, and he's wonderful.
I hate the cowboy yeehaw. He's yee-naw.
I'm sorry. You mentioned tiefling man.
Have you not heard me say that? No. Okay.
Where
He
was
works
it?
with Adron too. So, you know, basically like same guy. Don't know either of them really.
Where was this man?
I just spiced it up a little.
In Adron's fancy house that we may or may not still get to use because his boyfriend is no longer with us.
Yeah.
Are they boyfriends
Aw.
or fuck buddies? That's out of character. She's
Oh.
not asking that.
I can't tell you. I know shit's entire backstory.
Well, that doesn't answer much for my own personal gain, but
Honestly, I think whatever's just gonna lead us is whatever just comes our way.
fair enough.
I mean, Adron hired us to do a bunch of jobs, and
We haven't really gotten a job.
I
yet.
really no. He did give us a job at the beginning,
And then it
like a month and a half or
down.
2 months ago. I can't remember. It was something about a ship, and
I
then
think we did
went
that.
on the ship,
Yeah.
and then it fell, and then we went on an island, and then Shin's sister got killed, and
And then
then
Alex
we
was
saw
fucking
the
dead
spa
the entire
lady,
time.
and now we're here. So
Yeah, the end.
How am I doing?
Good. It's coming along. Cool.
so
Has any of these jobs or missions I could ask more of the
Label
secret
backwards.
side that no one should know?
Oh
over.
no, I know it now. We were supposed to figure out what was happening with a bunch of ships that were going missing,
And then we
and
were
we
missing.
found it because we got misting. Yeah,
Misting?
yeah, there was some mist kind of. And then I don't know if we should tell you that, but like, there's a bunch of dragons like that are not kind of dragons. They're
What do you mean, dragons?
I mean, there's like a restaurant in the sky.
Oh, amazing dwarvish food.
It's a restaurant, but
It's a diner actually. At a jukebox.
you mentioned something about dragons.
yeah,
I hold
she
up
was
the
a dragon.
postcard that I have from her. This is from her. Don't
I-
touch it. It's for us.
Are we talking dragonborn or are we talking?
No.
No real dragon.
Not dragon.
Dragon, like nah.
Like, you know how the world started?
Where was this dragon?
In the sky.
Yeah, you
No,
know,
the diner.
you know how the world started, and like there was that big tree, and then like, well, no, there was like the seed, and then the guy was like, okay, well, here, let's make a tree, and then his kids were like, okay, so let's get a bunch of dragons, and then let's cut down part of that tree. So
Was there just a singular dragon?
no,
Oh,
they're
another
like
block.
they're like 15 or 20 of them. I don't even know if I can count because I can't fucking read.
Do you know, like,
Oh, sorry.
Her name's Lanira. Yeah, she makes the best pancakes. Oh. So what's up with your life?
Hey, Kizza, what are you doing over there?
Kizza is currently sitting in the corner of the room with her back turned to you. There's a slight click noise every once in a while, but otherwise you can't figure out what she's doing. She's just kind of staring at a wall.
I go around and I look whatever she's doing.
She's sitting there. She has a small basket of yarn, and she is currently in the process of knitting what looks to be a small quilt.
Are you talking to Istas right now? Really? Right in front of my fucking salad?
I don't think I'm talking to her. I'm just knitting.
I reach in my pocket and I grab
Thank you
like
for
a
knowing
notebook
that.
and I like tear out a page and I pass it to Charlotte and I ask, could you write the coordinates of where those dragons
She's like,
are? Oh wait, I'm sorry. Oh wait, sorry, my bad. You can't write or read. I take the paper away and give it to Baz.
oh, right. You're illiterate.
Irrelevant.
Oh right, I
Is
forgot
there-
you couldn't fucking do anything, you piece of shit.
Okay, thanks.
Is there a reason you want these? You're not gonna hurt them, are you?
No.
Wait, you're standing next to me?
Sorry.
Are you
Sorry,
sure?
Insight,
Inside check
Wait,
that.
wait.
I'm sorry, I just got an image of you handing the note back and Shala reads it and all it says is the sky, bitch.
20. It's a 20.
Wait,
Just so you
wait,
know, I've
wait,
been
wait,
rolling really
wait.
good. It's a 20.
Okay. Nat or?
No, no.
Okay.
Seriously.
14.
Dragon 15. What the fuck?
Shahala is telling the truth, and as far as that she's not going to hurt the dragons. But
You're standing next to me?
you can tell there.
I look up at
she's
you.
telling the truth about that, but you can tell that she is hiding other bits. There is an underlying reason why she's trying to find.
I
them.
look up to you and I go, I mouth the words, write this. at you, and I start mouthing numbers at you, just random numbers.
I
You
don't.
asshole.
I don't know why you're like. Why? It's in the sky. We were actually. It's not so much in the sky. We went into a whirlpool on a ship, and then we couldn't find the ship. But then, we were falling from the sky, and then a dragon took us and went to another plane of existence. So,
A whirlpool on a ship?
yeah,
What was the ship's name?
I don't know. I think we called it like the bitch or something. Basgreen named it, so I don't really know.
I can't say it out loud. I don't want her to know.
Oh, the jizz mark!
Oh wait, what?
What?
What color was it?
The ship?
No.
The yarn?
Yeah.
It shimmers between colors, so it doesn't stay one color.
He renamed it, and then, I threw him in the ocean, and whoops. Almost killed
Bass is
him.
just like doing this and looking at kids and like.
Almost killed
Kizza
him.
looks up at you. She blinks with you, and then she just looks back down, and she's like,
Because I will note, you do not know how to knit.
I know.
This quilt is turning out perfect.
Does it tell a story?
It does not. It is just a kind of a shimmering thing. But you notice, first off, you don't know how to knit. This thing is going perfectly fine. Like, it looks amazing. The second thing you notice is that you have almost finished a fucking blanket in, 5 minutes, which is nearly impossible.
I heart is this.
Does it have anything written through it with the knitting, or is it just...
It's just kind of the shimmery, kind of, not translucent, but that kind of when you've got a puddle of oil, that kind of rainbowy color,
Oil
it's
slick.
kind of like that.
I thought you were making a flying carpet. I was really excited. I was like, fuck
Is it
yeah.
hollow?
What?
Blanket?
Yeah,
You mean it
holographic.
has holes in it?
Oh.
Like knitted holes?
Holographic.
I heard.
graphics.
Is it hollow?
Kind of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No,
I thought you were
No,
asking for making a sleeping bag. I was like, no.
no,
it's a
hollow,
blanket.
as in hello, it's Christine again.
Okay. Oh, it's you click the final one.
Why are you writing this down?
You click
You're
the
literally-
final bit of the blanket on, and hold it up. It's large enough to cover you. It's a big blanket, this kind of shimmering material. And as you watch, the string begins to unravel, falls to the ground, and it
Sick
knits
dudes.
itself.
Sorry.
It begins to pile up into the form of what looks to be a woman. You don't recognize her. She's it's almost like a statue made of yarn. And it's the same performer that you'd seen on the stage earlier, who had played the Harvest Festival goddess. This tall, light blonde curled-haired woman. And she's just kind of paused mid-walk. Very fine features, long, elvish ears, dainty.
I poke it.
You poke it, and there's as the strings collapse and reknits itself into a blanket.
So what the fuck, Charlotte?
That wasn't me.
No, I know, but you know it's this stuff.
I think that's something telling us that maybe we should go check on the town.
Hold on. Why were you fucking knitting?
As you say this, Charlotte, there is a groan sorry, I forgot to describe it. There's a trap door that leads down to the stairs that she led you through. The trap door goes open. And
A handsome mimic walks in with huge titties.
Absolute huge
stepping up from the staircase is this performer, this woman. And she has changed into a long green gown. She's got the same kind of ethereal, almost elvish look to her. Her hair is being pinned up into a small bun.
Don't fuck with me. I think this is old. She was old. God damn it.
And she comes up, and as she steps onto the landing, she sees the group of you, and she goes, Mr. Bethlehem.
You look really young.
Well, thank you.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
welcome.
One of my better tricks. And
You
she
did really
snaps.
good on the
And
performance.
as she snaps the glamour she's been using fades, her hair turns a more dusty, kind of graying silver. Her facial features kind of, they don't wrinkle, but you can see that her features sharpen, if anything, to this kind of same fey look that Karsadith has. The longer ears, it goes from being like really, really pretty to just unnerving. But you can also tell that there is a bit of, not age to it, but she's got that kind of presence of an older woman.
I'd like to say Kizza's looking at the blanket and then looking at the woman back and forth, and then, like, she silently mumbles, "Son of a bitch."
And she places her hands on her second and she says, I'm very thankful that you've arrived.
Oh,
We have quite a problem to deal with.
That's okay. Also, real quick, you were amazing performing.
Thank you, Mr.
I
Van
must
Damme.
say.
I've had quite a bit of practice. Now then, how familiar are you with the Feywild? And we're gonna pause, because we have to break.
Okay.
So we will be back
With audio.
with audio.